Hi guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. I'm going to show you how I make the best flakiest meat pie ever. So first off, you're going to want to start with your filling, and I'm using some minced meat. You can use some tuna to make some tuna pie or some corned beef, but I'm doing meat pie, so I need the minced meat. Then I'm adding some ginger and garlic paste, a bit of pepper and blended onion. I'm using the blended pepper because the minced meat is a bit nauseating and I don't really like the way it smells, so I'm trying to use the pepper to make it taste better and smell good. Then I added in some beef or cow meat seasoning powder and some curry powder to give it more flavor. Then I gave that a good mix. Then I added in some seasoning cube as well. Okay, you're going to want to make sure that your meat pie filling is well seasoned and it tastes really good. It shouldn't be overly seasoned though. Then I'm going to be adding in some red bell pepper, some carrots and some green bell pepper. Give that a good mix. Then I'll let that cook for a bit to soften up because I don't like crunchy veggies, especially not in my meat pie. Then it's time to add in my onions. You can add in lots of onions because once it cooks down, you won't be able to notice it in the meat pie just like that. Then I tasted it and I needed a bit of salt, so I did add in some salt and give that a good mix as well. You're going to want to add in some cooked potatoes or yam. I used yam, but people use potatoes, so whichever one you have. But if you don't like it, you're free to take it out. I just really like it in my meat pie. Then I added in some cornstarch or corn flour slurry, which is just cornstarch or corn flour mixed with a bit of water, and this is to hold the filling together so it doesn't fall out of the meat pie when it's ready. So I used some flour and some baking powder. I'm going to list the measurements in the description box below. Then I added in some cold butter that I cut into cubes to make it easy for me to infuse or incorporate into the dough or the flour. So you're going to want to be gentle. I should have used a bigger bowl to mix. I didn't do that earlier, so now I'm going to transfer it into a bigger bowl. This is going to give me more space to work my margarine or butter into the flour, okay? And when you squeeze it like that and you have to press it to break it, then you know you have enough butter. As I said, all the measurements are going to be listed in the description box. Then I added in some milk and some water, and this is to combine my dough and make it easy for me to roll, right? So you're going to want to be gentle and you don't want to incorporate heat into your dough. That is how I was taught. That is why we're using cold butter and cold water. Everything has to be cold. So now I'm trying to avoid having to rub it in my fingers. That's why I'm using my fingertips to just combine the water and the milk. Then you're going to want to section it into balls just like this. I think I got about 6 balls out of this. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a specific size, okay? I just eyeballed everything. Then you're going to want to cling film this and let it sit in the fridge for a bit. It's been sitting in the fridge for a bit, so I'm now going to work on rolling it. But first off, you're going to want to fly your workstation and your rolling pin. Then you put your dough on, then you roll it to the thickness or the lightness of the crust that you want. If you have a bigger meat pie cutter, which I don't, you can use that as well. So you're going to want to repeat this process, continue rolling, yes, till you achieve the perfect thickness or the lightness of the crust that you want. I don't want an extremely thick crust, okay? I want to be able to enjoy my meat pie filling, because if the crust is too thick, I just feel like you don't enjoy the filling as much, okay? So yes, I'm done rolling and cutting it out. Then I'm going to go ahead and fill my meat pie. And this was actually a customer's order. So the customer paid for extra filling. They want to enjoy every bit of it. Then you're going to want to put it over just like that. And I did apply some water on the edges in case you're wondering what I was doing. Then you cover this, and the water is supposed to help it stick. So after you put it over on top like this, then you're going to want to press the ends with your finger, or you can use a fork. I just like the effect the finger gives. I just feel like it's nicer. So I'm going to do this same thing, cover it, then I press the ends with my finger. Okay, yes, and just look at how smooth and thick my meat pie is. The filling was just right, like everything was just perfect. You're going to want to flour, or first oil and flour your baking pan. Then you lay your meat pie in. Then you poke some holes in it. Then you're going to give it an egg and milk wash. I'm using the egg and milk wash, but you can use only egg. So I'm combining both because I feel like it darkens the top a bit more. Now my meat pie is all done. For this, I was able to get about 18 big meat pies, but I was able to also make some sausage rolls out of this. Try this recipe and let me know.